HCAM TV thanks you for watching this presentation. We'd love for you to become a member and use your creativity at our station. Please visit hinghammedia.org or call us at 781-836-5094 if you would like to learn more.
Hingham, a town of great history, heritage, and heart. Coming up on today's episode of Hingham Happenings. The Hingham Farmers Market sets up shop at the old parish house for the winter. Whole Foods offers a unique opportunity for fitness and a tour around Hingham. The battle to end cancer continues at Rip Ride Cycling Studio. South Shore Gallery hosts a live painting demonstration with painter Dianne Panarelli-Miller. A special needs financial planning event is held right here at HCAM. All this and more coming up on Hingham Happenings. Hello, and welcome to our April episode of Hingham Happenings. I'm your host, Liz Vire. Some quick local announcements. 2 warrant articles will be presented at this year's town meeting that may well likely result in the rebuilding, remodeling, or complete new construction of the Foster School. One article would provide for a feasibility study to determine the best course of action for the school, and the other would allow for the formation of a school building committee. Town meeting is scheduled for Monday, April 24th at 7 p.m. sharp in the Hingham High School Gymnasium. All Aboard Greenbush, One Train, One Book will take place on the mornings of April 10th and 11th, where librarians will be at each Greenbush line station to meet commuters and distribute the book The Race Underground by Doug Most, as well as information about related programming. Interested readers without library cards will be able to get a temporary card right at the station. After a 6-week reading period, librarians will board evening outbound trains to facilitate book discussions. The 2-month initiative culminates with a talk with book author Doug Most at Boston's South Station on May 25th at noon. Follow along on Facebook for complete program information and updates. Do you have young children? Barnes & Noble offers free story time for kids Wednesdays and Fridays at 10:30 a.m. and Saturdays at 11 a.m. Recently, Dr. Seuss's birthday was celebrated, so check it out for yourself. We start our show today at the Old Ship Parish House, where the Hingham Winter Farmers Market was held. Due to venue size, the market's focus was kept to food, offered by a select number of great local vendors. Fresh goods ranging from produce to fish and cheese were offered. The event was both family-friendly and full of free samplings.
This is the 3rd Winter Farmers Market. This is our first year of the Farmers Market, so this is our 3rd market. We just opened up and we have some people starting to come in. Most of the folks you see here are vendors from the summer market, which is nice, so it's folks that know the Hingham community.
It takes a lot of work to get something like this together. There's 4 of us on the executive committee, and we pretty much meet every month. During the winter, and then during the summer we see each other every Saturday at the market. And then we have a board of directors that oversees the whole thing that meets twice a year. Planning for something like this is intense.
We are lucky to have the summer market as it is, with 3 of the finest managers in any of the markets we do. And we do 6 markets a week throughout Boston. This is one of the most well-run, well-organized markets in all of Massachusetts, if you ask me. They had to jump through hoops and get insurance ready and get permits and find a place. I was much more of a cheerleader in that. Happy to volunteer my services any way I can. But from our standpoint, they make it really easy on us. With the help of Elizabeth over at Copacabana, we got this thing together, and again, it's just the inaugural season. We're hoping that the word spreads.
Well, it's certainly less vendors, so we're in a tighter spot here. So we really could not accommodate as many vendors as we do accommodate in the summer. So we really wanted to focus on food vendors. So in the summer we have more space to spread out, and we have the luxury of having all sorts of lovely other things in addition to food vendors. But for this market, because of the limited space and because of what we were hearing from the community, we really wanted to focus on vendors that provided food. So that was sort of our beginning idea was, how can we get food vendors to attend the market? And then the other thing is it's winter, so a lot of our big vegetable folks that people would see in the summer market, they couldn't have enough product to come for the winter. We're happy to have Freitas Farm, who's one of the summer vendors, but he was really the only one who had the ability to come this winter. We're hoping in seasons after this, when we're now set up and running, that more of those summer vegetable vendors will be able to prepare, and so we'll be able to tend the winter one as well.
No, it's local produce. It's all local. Everything that's here is grown in Massachusetts or very close by. We have some vendors from Rhode Island, some vendors from New Hampshire, but it's local. That's what it is. It's all local, mostly by young, very hard-working farmers and growers.
I make sure I have all the samples, and then I have the actual product delivered the morning of the market, so it's fresh. What I do is I prepare the samples the morning of, so they're all laid out and people can actually try them. There's recipes available, there's serving suggestions, and then what I'm able to do is, since people can actually try all the products, they're able to see what they like and what they haven't experienced before. And the other neat thing about the farmers market here is that a lot of people bring their children, and their little kids are like the foodies, so they get to pick the cheeses lots of times. So it helps a lot as far as they're like little chefs in training, I call them. So it's a really nice, it's a family experience. I've had a passion for cheese forever. 2 years ago I started working every Saturday there, and I live in Hull, so I'm local. It's like a family, all the vendors and all that, and it's a really good environment. It's just a really good experience for vendors and for the people that come here.
As the food movement progresses and people know where their food's coming from more and more, it's both good to support your local farmers. The more you learn about it, the more you realize how important it is for your diet, your budget, across the board. There's a lot of benefits to eating locally.
The thing that I really cherish the most is I think it really encourages children and the young people in the community to have a closer understanding of the food system. And I think when you have that, people end up more responsible for protecting that food system and encouraging that food system to function in a good way. So one of the things I think is most important is having kids shopping with their parents at the farmers markets, and the kids are meeting the farmers, and the kids are joining in those conversations about the food and where it comes from. And I think that is a huge benefit, that education that those kids in the community are receiving.
And the community supports this market, very much so. We're the third oldest market in the state, and we're probably one of the biggest, and we keep growing.
Delish. Now that we've eaten, let's work it off. A unique exercise opportunity recently came to Hingham's own Whole Foods Market in the form of a cycling class. And get this, it was on a bus. For Spin Around Hingham, participants registered and signed up online and experienced both a tour of Hingham and some high-intensity cardio. I know what you're thinking. Get out of town.
Have this really cool partnership with Bike Bus. It's more of an added value for our customers. It's a kind of a new way to get healthy in the new year. It's a spin class on wheels, and it's going to be touring the Hingham Shipyard. It's actually something that has been going on at a lot of our other locations up more closer to Boston, where Bike Bus is from. And so we saw it and we thought it could be really nice down here on the South Shore, especially with the more scenic route that we can offer to our customers.
We created an Eventbrite page, and all you have to do is go on, type in your name, put in the payment process, and hit submit, and you got confirmation that you're part of the class.
So originally we wanted to be able to allow people to exercise while they commute. Because everybody complains about sometimes they've got a 45-minute to an hour commute just sitting in their car, and sitting is actually really bad for you. So we designed this after getting inspiration from relatives in California who had similar experiences with just sitting all the time. Being sedentary is obviously very bad for all of us as Americans in general. So we designed the bus to allow people to exercise while they're commuting. But what's actually happened is that people have discovered this and turned it into a charter operation as well. So we actually have two different aspects to our business, the commuting aspect as well as the sort of charter/tour business. So people can actually take a tour of the local area while they're also getting a workout in at the same time.
Our major focus is corporate wellness, but on the weekends we actually work with Whole Foods or North Face or True Runner. We've worked with MasterCard price lists for events in downtown Boston, but we work with Whole Foods particularly because we love the idea of the spin class and then the shopping, especially on a Saturday morning when people can spin and then shop for brunch items. It's just a perfect combination. We plan ahead. We get all the towels ready. We get all the gel pad attachments ready because we like to make Bike Bus really comfortable for beginners too. And then we get the harnesses as well, and we try to, make it all very nice and comfortable. Clean the bikes between rides. Always clean the bikes. Nobody has to lift a finger. We do everything. It's a very customized, small experience. They're small group training. There are only 8 people at a time. We call out everybody by their first names when the class starts. We make sure to really, really personalize it. I like to charge myself up before the class actually starts, and I know that people are going to be happy and excited to come and enjoy their experience, but I like to take them one level higher. So that's my goal, and I kind of have to get in that Zen moment to make it happen and really bring my energy to the table.
Yes, so at 11 o'clock we're going to start checking people in, and then between 11 and 11:15 we actually suit people up and adjust them to their bikes. And by suiting people up, what I'm talking about is we have a patent pending safety harness system on board the bus, and that restrains people by putting on a harness across their chest. Since they're holding on with their arms and their legs, those are pretty stable. We still need to make sure that if we have to put on the brakes unexpectedly, that they're not going to go tumbling through the bus. So we size everybody to the harnesses, and then we also fit everybody to their bikes so they get the most efficient as well as safe workout. While it's interesting to be in a bus and exercising and rolling around at the same time, what we really try to do is to find different things for people to look at. What we find is that when people actually even go through their own neighborhoods on the bus while taking this tour, they actually see things for the first time that they drive by every day and never noticed before, just because they're doing it in a different way, and just sort of a heightened sense of awareness of where they are. The thing that's probably the most fun is the looks that people get from people that are walking around on the street. Some of the jaw-dropping expressions that we get from the pedestrians are actually pretty funny.
It was nice to be outside, looking at the scenery, really taking in the experience, and you're not really focused too much on what you're doing. You're just enjoying what's going on around you. It was a lot of fun. It was a great class. I got a great workout, and I would do it again, definitely.
It's a happy, fun workout, and that is what we're striving to do every single time. It's not a boring exercise whatsoever, and it's just very, very energetic and adrenaline pumping.
I'm definitely one of those people that I enjoy working out, so I feel satisfied. I feel like I worked up a nice sweat. I feel like I burned calories, and I feel like I can just move on with my day. And I like the fact that I get to see Hingham. I usually drive around Hingham, but I don't really get to see Hingham.
Mind blown. While we're on the topic of cycling, I figured it might be relevant to mention the 13th annual Pedal to End Cancer. In collaboration with the American Cancer Society, Rip Rides hosted this great effort to raise money in the battle to end cancer. For a $25 donation, riders participated in a cycling class where emotions were high and everyone had a common goal. Ready to go for another ride?
We are at Rip Ride Cycling Studio in Hingham today, hosting the American Cancer Society's Pedal to End Cancer event. It's our 13th year of Pedal to End Cancer, our first year here at Rip Rides.
Today was a fundraiser for raising money for cancer, and I've never did a spin class where the entire class was full, so I think there was a lot of motivation in that class right today to raise money for a great cause.
It's really important on the volunteer at the cycling studio. They are a really big asset to us at the American Cancer Society to get instructors on board and recruit their members and get everyone to support.
There's a lot of collaboration with the American Cancer Society and to get on the same page, as well as reaching out to local businesses in town to help support us in an effort to help raise more money and raise attendance to get the biggest donation that we possibly could.
I've been spinning for many years now, and I spin at many different gyms. This is my favorite here at Rip Rides. It's always the hardest workout, and it was just motivational. I mean, you could feel the energy in the room today. I was riding thinking of friends currently that are going through cancer, and you tend to ride a little bit harder knowing that other people can't ride.
This is actually my first year doing the event. I've been at the American Cancer Society for 3 years, but my first year with Pedal to End Cancer. We are in studios all throughout New England. So if you visit pedaltoendcancer.org, we have a Google map of all participating locations. This year there is 60 locations in particular, so we market to all of those locations to let people in their communities know to get involved. Studios and gyms, they accept their members as well as other people in the community that are not already involved with the gym.
So this is the first year that it's been put on at Rip Rides Cycling, but it's previously held events the American Cancer Society has in town. I mean, we're so lucky that we were able to take this on because it's such a great cause and something that really hits home and touches me personally.
I have been touched with friends and family members with cancer, and it's always nice to run or ride for, with people in mind. So I wanted to help contribute to the cause, and there was a lot of energy in the room today, so I think a lot of people felt the same way. It was great.
Events like these are super important for the Hingham community and the surrounding communities because it brings people together for the greater good. While, obviously exercising is important for your daily health, but also for the greater cause, it makes it that much more impactful because we're working towards a greater goal. My biggest mission is to bring Always Better Than Yesterday to Rip Rides, and we've kind of taken that on here as our mission statement to always be better than yesterday, no matter what it may be.
I think in Hingham it's special because we are so close to Boston, so lots of our local hospitals, the American Cancer Society funds lots of research in Boston in particular because we are so lucky in this area. So money raised today will help go to funding research to support the American Cancer Society to find a cure for cancer.
I think that Hingham pulls together as a town. It's a very tight community, and they really come together when people need it. People are sick. It's amazing. It's amazing how they band together to support people in need.
You can find out more events like these going further for charity and local fundraisers on our Facebook page, Rip Ride Cycling, as well as we have blasts every once in a while through our newsletter. So if you're not on our newsletters, you can email me at cycling@Reebok CrossFit Bear Cove, and we can get you on our list.
I think it's awesome. I think because of the fundraiser, the class was really big today. Like I said, there was a lot of energy, so I would love to see more of these. I think it would be great, positive thing.
I just wanted to say thank you to Reebok CrossFit Bear Cove for allowing us to host this lovely event, as well as Kristen Berm, an amazing instructor, all my instructors here that have pulled together to work towards today's event, as well as Erin Sullivan, we're not related, from the American Cancer Society was huge, Panera Bread, Starbucks, Lido Juice, and the Green Light for all donating today's event. It was extremely successful, and all my riders, of everyone who rode today, thank you so much, I really appreciate it. Are you tired yet? Let's just relax for a moment. Visitors to the South Street Gallery recently got to sit back and observe skilled painter Dianne Panarelli-Miller craft a beautiful portrait of a young woman. This was part of an event to showcase her work. Visitors were able to appreciate the process of painting portraits. Ready for an art lesson?
Right now we have a show of paintings by Dianne Panarelli-Miller. She's one of our gallery artists, and she shows here every year or so, and she always comes in with a group of wonderfully fresh paintings, and she's really accomplished something in the show that we have now. Today we have what we call Portrait Day, and we'll ask an artist to come in and spend a Saturday afternoon and do portraits of somebody that may want to come in or volunteer. She does this as a demonstration to show people what it entails to do a portrait oil sketch. and it's something that she can accomplish in a couple of hours.
Well, I've been painting for over 35 years, and I'm an academic classical painter. I like to go from the very realistic to impressionistic. So I go back and forth, and sometimes I end up in the middle.
So there are a number of ways that we get out into the public to announce what we're doing. And it's a combination of in the local papers, emails, sometimes we do mailers, and word of mouth. Dianne has a very strong following, so usually people want to know where she is and follow what she's doing.
Of course, we had to plan this ahead to see when Dianne is available to do this. Her paintings are on display here right now for this month of March. So it's a great idea to combine the exhibit with another event with her.
This is the third or fourth annual show that they've had for me, so it takes me all year. Very prolific artist, and I paint every day, all day long. So this is just a fraction of the work that I've actually done over the year. All the paintings in this show have been painted in the last year. All these small paintings were painted on location, and the larger paintings were done from paintings that I worked on from location. And these will be up for the month of March, but this is my favorite work that I've done in the past year. My smaller paintings tend to be a little looser than my larger paintings, but I do that on purpose. I like my larger paintings to be literal for collectors.
And I feel like it could even be 13 years ago, almost in the beginning when we met her. And since then, she's always had paintings here, and I feel like she's, if not the best-selling, one of the best-selling artists in this gallery.
For me, being outdoors is my absolute favorite thing to do. If I'm outside, I'm happy, although I love painting people as well.
There's always something to see in an original piece that you don't see in a print or in a magazine or in a book. There's texture, there's nuance, there are things that you can really appreciate when you see something hanging on the wall that was done by an artist originally in the oil or in the gouache or the watercolor. It's hard to make a living as an artist. It's hard to get your work out there, so any kind of opportunity that an artist might have to put their art on a wall where it might be purchased is certainly a plus.
I think that an image of a scene anywhere that you find pleasing and it's on your wall at home must make you feel great, and who wouldn't want that? This gallery is unique here on the South Shore of Boston, and it concentrates on the traditional style of painting, and I think that such an event like a painting demonstration, which is for free, is a great opportunity for people that either know a lot about art, don't know anything, just come and watch and see how it's being done. I think that's quite unique, and I think on a Saturday afternoon, why not come in and just for an hour see how it's done.
I welcome anybody just to come in, see what we have, just to enjoy the art. And we also have sculpture and ceramics and jewelry here, not just painting, so it's a good combination of fine art.
An art gallery is for people to view, and they don't have to speak, they can just look, and they will know what they like and what they will not like. So I just always feel like I want to invite people in just to come and look.
Wow, she makes painting look so easy. To end our show today, we now bring you to our studios for an event that was held here. In collaboration with SNAP, HCAM hosted Planning for Two Generations, a presentation with Shepherd Financial Planning. Parents of special needs children were able to find financial planning information to prepare for every stage of their child's life. Let's take a look.
So tonight we are co-hosting this program with Hingham CPAC, which is the Special Education Parent Advisory Council, and it's about financial planning for families with special needs. It's the first in a series of programs that we'd like to put on for families in hopes of building a community of families that face similar joys and challenges. So we're pleased to partner with CPAC And we are lucky to have 3 certified financial planners from Shepherd Financial Planning in Winchester here. And they're unique because financial planning for families with special needs is especially complex because our children, we have to support them for a longer period of time, sometimes for their entire lives. And we also have to factor in certain things like the school system, agencies, and benefits. What's so great about Shepherd and why they're so unique is that they're also parents and siblings of people with special needs. So they understand the issues from all sides and they've been through it.
Well, we're delighted to be here, first of all. We were invited by HCAM to help with educational outreach for families that have children with special needs. We have been working with families for over 20 years now, helping them along the journey that they have for financial planning and estate planning and planning for 2 generations. And that's why they invited us here, to share our knowledge and our expertise. So we're going to cover the special needs financial planning timeline that we created in our book, The Special Needs Planning Guide, How to Prepare for Every Stage of Your Child's Life. So all the information that we're going to talk about tonight is really in our book. So we're going to take folks along the journey of the different planning pressure points of where they should be aware of changes in services and supports, and just to know ahead of time that what's down the road, it's helpful just to give a good overview of that. And then we focus on the 5 factors of special needs financial planning. So we're going to cover the emotional factors, the family and support factors, the legal factors, the government benefit factors, and the financial factors. We're also going to touch upon the ABLE accounts, which is a new tax-deferred savings vehicle for folks with disabilities where they can save money in their own name and not disqualify themselves for certain government benefits. And we're going to talk about building a team to carry on. No one can take the place of a parent, but there's lots of folks that help the clients that we serve to carry on what they've created in the life that they've built for their son or daughter.
I have a special needs daughter who's 21 years old. She's going to be aging out into adulthood in 1 year. So, you know, it's been a long road to this point to get her to where she is. She's in an excellent program at the Situate High School. I can't say enough about that. But at age 22, she goes into the world of the adult special needs community. And my wife and I are looking around at this point now to try to find a good program for her. So I want to know, we need to know what all the benefits are that she's going to need, she's entitled to, that we'll have to pay for. Just need to learn a lot about it.
It's great for towns like Hingham because it helps to build the community. A lot of parents will come out tonight and learn about this. A lot of them won't. If you're a parent of children with special needs, sometimes getting a babysitter is doubly hard. So it's wonderful that HCAM is filming this and hosting us tonight, and it will just help people get more information and in a digestible format.
So we have a website, specialneedsplanning.com, and on our website we have a lot of materials that people can download for free. One is called the Letter of Intent, and that's not a legal document, but it helps families to write down everything they know about their son or daughter and pass it along to future caregivers and other family members. So that's a big one. We also have SIB Tips, which is an ebook. So when brothers and sisters are asked to step into the shoes of mom and dad, or as their parents are aging and they want to know a little bit about what their role will be, we have like a cheat sheet. It's crib notes for brothers and sisters to know who's who in the community. So we also have a lot of links to different resources and agencies. The most important thing is to find the state agency that your son or daughter would be served best through.
You know, the special needs community is so much broader than it used to be. When I look back to when my daughter was young, I look at how things have advanced. Right here in Hingham we have the Social Collaborative School, an unbelievable asset to the community, not just to Hingham but the surrounding towns. And I think the more people that know about it, the better it is for everyone in the community.
Such great and valuable information. Well, that's all for this month. Tune in next time for another exciting episode of Hingham Happenings. If you have any suggestions for a future episode, please email us at hinghamhappenings@hinghammedia.org. Thanks so much for watching.